maybe we can chat about some of those folks that are like mid-career in marketing ops or sales ops. They're great at what they do, like you said, like they're doing their job, they're hitting their quotas, but they're seeing job posts asking for stuff that they're not really familiar with, like AI experience, prompt engineering, agentic. Like we're starting to see some of that stuff and like automation design, and it's making them like panic a little bit, like have moments of self-reflection, like I'm doing really good at my current job and like everything's going well, but like, anything could happen. I could lose this job tomorrow and I don't have any AI shit to add to my resume. Am I falling behind? So what would you actually tell someone in that position now that you've had the chance to like do this big research? You said you're using AI a lot in your day to day. What would you tell someone in that position to focus on like this year to prepare for the craziness that's like still gonna come?
Yeah. Okay. So I would say definitely, if you haven't already, start using ChatGPT or Claude or one of those major tools every day. Like find a thing that you could try using it for, even in your personal life, and just get comfortable with that. Like that's the baseline that I think you have to start understanding and exploring. This maybe go on LinkedIn because everyone's posting about what not to do with AI on LinkedIn. So like maybe that's a good place to start too. Like you learn every day about what is like obviously ChatGPT and all of these things. So lots of people calling people out for bad AI there. So maybe that's actually as annoying as it is as like a day-to-day LinkedIn user, maybe be on there a little bit more so you can see what people are saying. I mean, I will say I learn a ton about AI stuff on there and it is a lot of it is intimidating, but there's people who are sharing basic AI stuff. But I think don't feel like you have to get into building an AI agent tomorrow. Start small. And I think a big thing that helped me is like ask people who you know are using AI. If you have a coworker who you know is using AI in a cool way, ask them how. I think there's like a version of people feeling like almost embarrassed that they don't know how to use it very well or they don't feel really comfortable. But we're so early with this that like if someone came to me and was like, "How are you using this?" I would be so excited. I'd be like, "Oh wow, I don't feel like an expert, but if you want to learn from me, that's awesome and I would love to show you how I'm using it and maybe we can learn something together on like a way that we can have this improved." So I think people talking about it more and saying, "Hey, I'm feeling behind with this. You seem to know this really well. Is there something that we can do here?" And then I will say, I just learned what iPass actually means, but those like basic, really simple AI agent kind of builders that are so we just did a webinar with Relay.app, which is one. There I know there's Trey, there's Zapier agents, there's a bunch of them coming up. But I do think that getting started with something like that, even if it's not like a true AI agent, but starting to think through building like workflows with AI with like an LLM step in it to do basic functions. The one that we just hosted was super basic. It was basically like looking at HubSpot, um, finding all the meeting notes or like emails and things that have happened, and then sending like a meeting prep summary to Slack. It's not
Mm,
complicated. It's really easy. But I think thinking through small things that you think, oh, I wish I had that, or this feels like a pain point in my day to day, and seeing if you can kind of start playing around with some of those tools and start building out workflows that actually help you. I think those are the two best ways to start, and I think that's honestly like that's where I'm at with AI. Like
mhm.
I'm at that level where I'm starting to just start to think through what could I automate and enable and so I think that's a good place to start getting really comfortable with it and start seeing what's possible. And then you're at a good baseline. So if things change tomorrow or if things change in 3 months, you're at a good baseline of being comfortable with AI and tooling and what's out there so that you can kind of level up to the next level when needed.
Yeah, great advice. I feel like when we talk about this too, like just a couple of years ago, there wasn't really any good courses. Like that's the only thing I
Yeah.
would add to your
Yeah.
answer. Like there's a lot of really smart
Yeah.
folks in the last couple of years who've built courses around this. And I had Brittany Muller on the podcast early last year. I was gonna say this year, but no, damn, time is flying. She was in episode 103. She's a former SEO scientist at Moz, and she like was really early on like the machine learning bandwagon, and she's been all in on AI, and she has a course on Maven. This is a free plug for Brittany, but I've actually considered taking this myself. A lot of folks that I know have taken it, and it's called Actionable AI for
Mm,
marketers. And you like develop actionable AI skills to elevate your marketing and SEO. She obviously has like an SEO focus on this, but there's like other courses like this now today from people that you trust that, just a couple years ago, everyone was trying to figure this shit out. If you are that person who's a bit behind or you feel like you're behind on that adoption curve, there's folks that, have actionable stuff to help you get a leg up there. But I think your answer is really great also.